hometown is Vincennes, Indiana. Back home again, to the beautiful banks of the Wabash, to the heart of the old Northwest Territory and Indiana's first city. Back to my hometown, Vincennes, Indiana. It's been a long time, but it's good to be back. Yes, sir, this is homecoming. Homecoming Day is much a part of the autumn scene in America as falling leaves, Halloween, or Thanksgiving. The whole town turns out. It's a great, big, festive day and truly an American holiday, with a big parade not of threatening cannon and armed men, but a celebration honoring sportsmanship and the physical prowess of young athletes. We're proud of our football team, and it doesn't matter if they're good or bad, because Homecoming Day is a celebration based not on victory, but on love and pride. And that's what I feel when I come home. Love for my town and pride in its accomplishments. These young football heroes should remember that just as their very name honors Alice of Old Vincennes, so are they honored to carry with them the name of one of America's great cities, whose history is almost synonymous with a mighty chapter in the American conquest of the West, and whose very growth is a tribute to the American ideal. This is my hometown, Vincennes, Indiana, where the very air breathes forth the greatness of the men and women who built here the first great outpost of the American march from sea to sea. This beautiful Doric temple honors the memory of George Rogers Clark and his intrepid band of patriots who in 1779 marched through the cold and wet of an Indiana winter to capture from the British this outpost in the great Northwest. Upon this very site stood Fort Sackville, housing a garrison of English troops. The capture of this fort meant that at the close of the Revolution, the British would turn over to the new United States of America territory embracing the present states of Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, Illinois, Ohio, and part of Minnesota. So that it was here at Vincennes that a great part of the early history of our nation was shaped. Our town is filled with rich memories of this history, which is at one and the same time the heritage of all America as well as the glory of Vincennes. This is Father Pierre Gibault, priest who persuaded the French population of Vincennes to join their lives and futures with that of the new nation. This beautiful statue stands in front of the old cathedral which was built on the site of the original log church of St. Francis Xavier that was erected about the time Vincennes was founded. From its earliest beginnings, God and his ministers have found devout, loyal, and pious worshipers in Vincennes, and the churches of Vincennes to this day are an integral part of our individual and communal lives. Next to the church is the Cathedral Library, housing the oldest library collection in Indiana, containing rare manuscripts and other information so valuable that copies have been placed in the Library of Congress. Here is kept the oath of allegiance administered to the citizens of Vincennes by Father Gibault, and here is also kept the historic bylaws and minutes of the old parish. And this Bible was held by Mother Seton, foundress of the Sisters of Charity, at the time of her death in 1821. At the west base of the Clark Memorial stands a statue of Colonel Francis Vigo, an Italian fur trader who fled from Vincennes in a canoe to tell Clark that the time was right for him to Vincennes, and who also provided much of the money that supplied Clark with his needs for the campaign. And here is the supposed site of the home of Alice of Old Vincennes, to whom Clark gave the great honor of raising the American flag over our town, emblematic of American supremacy in the Northwest. In 1800, Congress created the Indiana Territory, and Vincennes became its first capital. From this building was governed all of the Indiana Territory and part of the Louisiana Purchase. And here lived William Henry Harrison, first governor of the Indiana Territory and later the 9th President of the United States. Forming an integral part of the 18-acre Clark Memorial Plaza is the Lincoln Memorial Bridge. Here Lincoln and his family crossed the river in 1830 on their way to Illinois. And so the plaza is a memorial not only to our civic legacy, but to the entire American heritage. A French city into an American city, led by a French man of God, a Virginia patriot, and an Italian merchant.